everyone. I hope this finds you all healthy and happy. And I'm coming on this evening for a little bit more of fun time that I saw some folks doing. So I'm going to give it a try myself. And the first person that I saw do this was Marami Small Art, and that's Marta. And I will put her link to her channel in the description box below. Marta is an amazing mixed media artist. And she did this little technique, and it looked so fun. And then I saw Nina Ribena also do it, and so I'll put her link to her channel in the description box below. And Nina is amazing as well, and is such an inspiration for me and my art, and then the third person that I saw do this was Julie Olivia's Crafts Boutique, and she was also doing it, and so I'll put a link to Julie's channel down below also. But what they were doing was they were taking a toilet paper roll, and they were cutting it cutting little strips all around it. I think you can see those, to make little bristles. And then you use that to dip into your paint, and it really makes lovely patterned. It looks kind of like a dandelion or a flower, and just looks really cool. So I thought I would try doing my toilet paper roll on the other side as well, and doing just a little bit different pattern. So I just went around it and cut triangles, and so I'm going to give that a go and see what that does. I have no idea what that's going to look like or turn out to look like. Somebody out there's probably already done it, but I thought I'd give it a shot and see what happens. And the reason that my toilet paper roll is so short is because I had to cut quite a bit off of the one end. I had a defective toilet paper roll. The one end of it was like all chewed up and partially gone. So I don't know, I just found that kind of funny. That's my crazy mind at work again. But so anyway, that's why it's so short. So I'm going to get some paint down here. Just have my craft mat here, and I think I'm just going to put my paint on the craft mat. And I have had a piece of paper where it looks like I've got some painty things already started on it, a drop paper or whatever. And I don't know what this is going to look like, so I just thought I would try it and you know, see what comes out. And you're just supposed to put your paint down, of course, and then and of course, me being me, I did not plan very well, and don't have any water over here for my paintbrushes or anything like that or whatever. So I'm just going to kind of spread it around with a palette knife here. And you make your paint, of course, your blob, your spot, circle, whatever, big enough that, and this is a metallic paint here that I've had in my stash forever. I don't even know, it's actually a metallic glaze, which is why it kind of probably has this sort of liquidy content to it, or liquidy consistency is what I meant to say to it. So we'll give this a shot and see what we get here. I'm just going to kind of dip my little bristles into the paint and kind of swirl it around and get some on there and see what happens. And I know I have a piece of craft paper here, which is really going to be kind of hard for you to see, and I do apologize for that. I'm going to get some brighter color here on here in just a second, but I kind of wanted to get a little bit of this metallic down, and it's kind of cool, the pattern that it makes. I'll pick this up here and so you can see it a little better. And it's kind of neat. I think you can see that, the pattern that it makes. And I made my bristles really, really, really fine, really thin. I cut the little strips really thin. I don't think any of the other gals had theirs that thin, but for some reason I just wanted to try it with real thin, the real thin bristles. And I'm not going to even clean that up. I'm going to just go in with some of this. This is just like, I forget where I got this. I think I might have found this at a thrift store or something. It's just like tempera paint. Might not even be opened yet. Nope, it's not. So I'm going to open this and see what this does. Okay, let's see if I just spread this out on here and see what happens. Maybe it won't be as thick as I'm thinking it is. No, it's definitely not. So I'll just see what I can pick up. Going over the same area where the metallic paint was. And I just thought I'd play around and see where this goes, where this takes me here. And it is really kind of a cool effect that it gives you. I'm sure you can probably see it pretty well. Just threw my phone up there real quick this evening instead of trying to get my camera and everything all out, and so at any rate it does tend to video a little bit differently than my camera does. So I hope you're able to see kind of what's going on. I should have grabbed, got a couple mop papers over here. See what else I can, what other colors I can put down. Ooh, Isn't that pretty? Eee. Kind of like that. That's really pretty. So I think I might go in with another metallic, maybe. This tempera paint, or whatever it's called, is really not, it's not very pigmented. It doesn't have a whole lot of strong color to it. But it's okay, it's fun. I just, like I said, picked it up at a thrift store, so I just kind of wanted to see, you know, what it would do. It was probably next to nothing. So I'm going to grab a couple other colors here. Go ahead and, like I said, I'll fast forward through some of this, but I'm going to go ahead and put some of, use this other end just to see what it does. This is an acrylic folk art sparkles. So I'm going to add some of that in with the yellow and see if that doesn't sparkle it up just a tad to put on here. I'm going to go ahead and stop here, and I will see if I can't do some other things to finish this off a little bit, and I will come back to you whenever I have it completed and we can see what it looked like together. Anyway, that's the little paper towel or toilet paper roll. I can't get it out. There's the little toilet paper roll paintbrush thingy. So yeah, so it was kind of fun. So give it a go, and I will come back with maybe some pictures, or come back at the end after I've done a little bit more to this. Okay, I've come back on to show you the actual finished product of my little toilet paper roll paintbrush with the little thin bristles on one end and the little bit thicker, I guess you could call, brush thing on the other end. And it was kind of fun to do. And this is the finished product here, and what I did mostly was I added the big blue metallic dots, and that is from a stencil, or a stamp, I should say, I'm sorry, that I got in a little kit that Faber-Castell. I found it in one of our thrift stores down here, and Faber-Castell had like 2 or 3 of these little kits that you could buy, and it was like, one was like a kind of a card making kit, and one was they were just different kits, and had little different components in them, like this little stamp for one thing. It's just a little foam stamp, but I just love it. And it also had some other little components in, like the one kit. I think I've mentioned it before in one of my other videos, but like the one kit had some, like, this is glaze, and just a little, they were like little sampley type things, but then gave you instructions how to use the different products, and they were kind of fun to do. So anyway, those are the big blue metallic circles. And then I used a homemade stamp that I made from some corrugated cardboard. And I just took some corrugated cardboard and then kind of glued it onto another little piece of square cardboard here so that I could, you know, stamp it. And so that's the pink, pinky red like stripes that are in it, hash marks like. That's what this corrugated cardboard stamp turned out to look like. And this is my one of my most favorite little background stamps. It is a tiny little kid's stamp that I found in a also in thrift store, and it I think it's supposed to be like a what do you call those things, like a slinky or a spring or something or whatever, but I just love this little stamp, and that's in here as well. You can see it here, you know, different places in the coppery color that I've stamped around, and I just love that little stamp for some unknown reason. It's just a crazy little stamp. But and then just recently here in the mail, I got my brand new Mike Deacon stencil, and I believe it's called Hands Down, and I just got it not too long ago, and it's the cutest little hand stencil. And so I took some kind of a real light teal, powdery teal color, and I used my little hand stencil and put some of those down on there with this. And I did a tiny little bit of doodling in black and some white doodling with it also. And I think that's about it. That's how I finished it off. So it was really fun to do it with it was really fun. I liked and I enjoyed doing it, you know, with kind of the cardboard, and it sort of fell in with my corrugated cardboard stamp. It just kind of goes to show that you really don't need to spend a fortune on some things to work with. I kind of like how it turned out. It's one of those that, you know, you like it and it's okay. You're not in love with it, but it's okay. I don't know. Maybe you all can give me a tip or whatever, or let me know what you think of the finished thing, and maybe what it needs or needed or whatever. And I really don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know whether I'm going to put it into, you know, I could go ahead and see if I can get, you know, a focal point or focal image in it somehow, or incorporate it on it or with it, or I don't know, with gesso, I don't know, and put it into my to my art journaling book. Not sure. Oh well. But it was awfully fun, so that's how it turned out, and I thank you all for watching, and try the little trick with the paper, or with the toilet paper roll, because it's really, really fun. And I will get back with you all soon, hopefully, and in the meantime, God bless you. Bye-bye.